Fjallraven, Rab, Patagonia, the three most popular technical outdoor down jacket brands of all time. I'll be rating each down jacket based on its functionality, its fit, its warmth, and overall value. And at the end of the video, on top of all scores, I'll give you guys what I think is the best outdoor down jacket in the market today. So keep watching. Let's start with Rab. This jacket retails for $415. It's made by climbers for climbers. The Valiance down jacket is one of their most weather-ready down jackets. Let's see if it lives up to the hype.
The outer is made from 100% nylon with a Pertex shield. Pertex shield is Rab's signature hydrophilic coating that is both waterproof, windproof, and breathable. It has a hydrostatic head rating of 10,000 millimeters and a breathability rating of 10,000 grams. The filling of this jacket is 205 grams of nickel wax hydrophobic down with 700 fill power. Rab has the insulation packed in squares without any seams, and what that does is it eliminates cold spots and retains heat more efficiently. One interesting feature is on the sleeves. This patch right here, it contains synthetic sheet insulation, which is not as warm as down but handles moisture a lot better. Because if you're climbing or constantly in contact with wet or grimy surfaces, this synthetic sheet insulation will handle that a lot better. It also has Velcro straps for easy adjustability. This jacket has a total of 3 pockets, 2 large slanted zip pockets in the belly, but there's no extra fleece lining for extra hand warmth. Taking a look at the inside, the lining is made from 100% recycled ripstop nylon. There's an 8-inch deep vertical zip pocket. At the waist, there are 2 adjustable draw cords. For the zippers, this is a one-way zip that uses YKK vis on the zipper. The zipper does a great job preventing water from going through. It also has a storm flap behind the front zipper, and this is for extra protection against wind and water from seeping through your zipper. Moving up, you have a soft lining chin guard that is very comfortable. The hood has synthetic sheet insulation, which handles moisture a lot better. There's an adjustable cord on both sides of the hood and an adjustable cord on the back of the hood. There's a stiffened brim at the top, and that will help shield you from rain and snow.
For the functionality, I rated an 8 out of 10. So how does it fit?
Starting for some measurements, shoulder measures to 18 inches, chest length measures to 22 inches, sleeve lengths are 26 inches, and the length is 29.5 inches. Here's how the Rab jacket fits on me. This jacket fits very well, so I do recommend going true to size. First impression, this jacket doesn't look like a winter jacket. It's slim and not puffy at all. It reminds me of a rain jacket, but looks can be deceiving in terms of warmth. At 18-inch shoulder width and 22-inch chest width, this does give you room to layer underneath. For the length at 29.5 inches, the jacket has a drop tail design where the back length is longer than the front. The extra butt coverage is much appreciated. Thank you, Rab. The 26-inch sleeve length is perfect. It stops right at my wrist. This jacket does offer Velcro at the cuffs where you can adjust for a tighter fit. This is how the jacket looks zipped up all the way. The collar covers your entire neck and stops right at the tip of your chin. The chin guard is so soft and feels great. Here's how the jacket looks with the hood on. You can see that the brim extends out like a baseball cap. The hood does a really good job at shielding my head and face without interfering with my vision.
For the fit, I rated an 8 out of 10. Now let's talk about the warmth of the Rab Valiance down jacket. Right now it's about 27 degrees Fahrenheit or -3 degrees Celsius with wind chill, and I'm just wearing a t-shirt underneath. This jacket is filled with 9% goose down and 10% feather, giving it a fill power of 700. One unique feature is that Rab packed the insulation in squares rather than in seams, which helps eliminate cold spots and helps retain heat more efficiently. The long tail design does a great job at keeping your butt warmer. The adjustable draw cords at the waist does a great job at sealing out wind from blowing up your torso, and the tall insulated collar is fantastic for protecting your neck and lower face. The hood is filled with synthetic sheet insulation, so it's not as warm as down, but it handles moisture a lot better than down. But overall, this jacket performs well considering how light it is. It's perfect for daily commuting. I'll rate the warmth an 8 out of 10. At $415, the Rab Valiance is built for harsh weather. You're getting 700 fill hydrophobic down, a fully waterproof Pertex shield outer, and a protective hood and collar system. These features makes this jacket far more technical than your everyday standard puffer down jacket. But if you want a jacket that stays warm even in wet conditions and is designed for real winter performance, the Valiance down jacket will give you exactly what you're paying for. For the value, I rated an 8 out of 10. That'll give Rab a total score of 32 out of 40. Next up is Fjallraven. The Expedition Down Light Jacket retails for $600. Fjallraven is a Swedish brand known for building tough cold weather gear, and their Expedition line is one of the most popular product lines. Let's see if the Expedition Down Light Jacket lives up to the hype.
Let's start with the material. The outer shell is made from 100% nylon, and the lining is also made from 100% nylon. The insulation is 90% goose down and 10% feather. has a fill weight of 415 grams. For the feathers, this looks like your standard puffer style jacket. There's a small Fjallraven badge on the left chest. It has a total of 7 pockets, 2 pockets in the belly secured through these 2 snap buttons. On the side of those same pockets are an open pouch that you can slide your hands through. There's no zipper or buttons to secure this pouch, so it's not a good idea to store items in here because they'll slip out. Another downside is that there is no lining, so your hands won't be as warm. Taking a look at the inside of the jacket, this is the same nylon material. At the waist, there are 2 yellow draw cords with white leather tabs. There are elastic pouch pockets on both the right and left side. Moving up your left side is a vertical zip pocket. For zippers, this has plastic YKK zippers. It is a 2-way zip, which is a plus. It also has storm flap behind the front zipper and snap buttons in addition to the zipper. At the sleeves, this does not have rib cuffs, but it does have snap buttons where you can snap it through the near or far side buttons for a tighter or loose fit. Moving up, the shoulders have additional synthetic padding for more warmth. That's why on the back of the jacket, there's this U-shaped stitching. That's where the extra padding is located. Hood features a brim that gives you extra protection against snow and rain from falling on your face. There's 2 yellow draw cords with a leather tab to tighten the hood. If you're not using your hood, you can button it down at the back to keep it locked in place.
For the functionality, I rated a 7 out of 10. So how does it fit?
Starting off with some measurements, shoulder to shoulder measures to 19 inches. Chest length measures to 23.5 inches, sleeve lengths are 27 inches, and the length is 29.5 inches. Here's how the Fjallraven jacket looks on me. Size small was sold out, so I had to settle with the medium. I definitely recommend going true to size in this because this is not a slim fit. First impression, I literally look like the Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. This jacket is by far the puffiest jacket. The yellow adjustment cord at the waist looks very sloppy, and in my opinion, Fjallraven could have designed it better. With its 19-inch shoulder width and 23.5-inch chest width, this jacket gives you more than enough room to layer something underneath. Lengthwise at 29.5 inches, this jacket provides full butt and crotch coverage to keep you nice and toasty. The sleeves does not have any rib cuffs, so the 27-inch length drops down my arm and covers almost my entire hand. One solution is to use the snap buttons at the cuffs so the sleeve stops right at your wrist and your hand doesn't feel like it's drowning. Here's how the jacket looks zipped up all the way. The collar does go up my chin, but zipping it up all the way without putting on the hood feels awkward and uncomfortable. If you zip up all the way like this, you have to put the hood on. Here's how the jacket looks with the hood on. The extra puffy hood does feel very comfortable. The brim does a great job with extra coverage, but your vision is impaired because you cannot see what's on your right or left side.
For the fit, I rated a 7 out of 10. Now let's talk about the warmth of the Fjallraven Expedition Down Light jacket. Right now it's about 22 degrees and I'm just wearing a t-shirt underneath. This jacket is packed with 90% duck down and 10% feather, giving it a fill power of 700. And with that classic oversized puffy marshmallow look, you can tell that the insulation is no joke. You're definitely sacrificing style, but in return you're getting one of the warmest jackets on the market. Designed originally for trekking and cold water expeditions, this jacket is both wind resistant and water resistant. The hood, brim, and shoulder is filled with polyamide. It's not as warm as down, but it can handle moisture a lot better. The sleeves don't have ribbed storm cuffs. Instead, you get snap button adjusters, which does an okay job at sealing out wind, but is not as protective as an inner proper cuff. The long length is great because it keeps your butt warm and traps a lot of heat around your core. Overall, this jacket is built for people who live in extreme cold weather climate where warmth matters more than fashion. For warmth, I rated a 10 out of 10. At $600, the Expedition Down Light jacket is one of the most expensive down jackets featured in this lineup. This jacket is built for serious cold weather. The trade-off is that it's huge and bulky. It's not lightweight, it's not packable, and is definitely not meant for mild winter conditions. You're paying for extreme cold weather performance, not versatility. For that, I'll rate the value a 7 out of 10. That'll give Fjallraven a total score of 31 out of 40. Next up is the Patagonia down sweater hoodie. This jacket retails for $329. So many people swear by Patagonia for its quality and sustainability. Let's see if their best-selling down sweater hoodie is worth the hype. Starting off with the material, the shell lining is made from 90% recycled ripstop nylon. For insulation, this jacket is filled with 9% goose down and 10% feather, giving it an impressive fill power of 800. The jacket weighs in at 437 grams. Now let's talk about the features of the Patagonia down sweater hoodie. It has a DW coating so light rain and snow will beat off, but it's not designed to be fully waterproof or windproof. You get 5 pockets total, 2 zipper hand pockets at the waist with no fleece lining, so it's not very warm. A vertical zip pocket on the inside left chest, which doubles as a stuffed sack for packing the jacket down, and 2 large elastic pouches inside that are great for large items. The inside is lined with 100% polyester, and at the hem you got an adjustable draw cord so you can seal out drafts and fine-tune the fit. For hardware, the jacket uses YKK zippers. One downside is that there is no two-way zip. There's a storm flap underneath the zipper, but not over. At the cuffs, you find thin elastic binding that doesn't look like it would do a great job at keeping wind and rain from going up there. Moving up is a draft flap and chin guard for extra comfort, and the hood has a rear draw cord to adjust the fit. The hood itself is a standard size, no oversized brim for heavy snow, but it does have a tall collar to keep your neck warm. For the functionality, I rated an 8 out of 10. So how does a down sweater hoodie fit? Starting off with some measurements, shoulder to shoulder measures to 17.5 inches, chest measures to 22.5 inches, sleeve length to 26 inches, and the length is 27 inches. Here's how it looks on me. This is in a size medium and fits true to size. First impression, it feels really comfortable, but the proportions are a little off. With the narrow shoulders and wide chest, the fit looks slightly unbalanced. The shoulders feel a bit slim, while the chest area has extra volume that makes the shape look a bit odd. At 27 inches, it drops around mid-butt, so you don't get the full butt coverage for extra warmth. The sleeve measures 26 inches, which is perfect since they fall right at my wrist. When zipped up all the way, this jacket has one of the tallest collars I've ever seen. It goes past your mouth, which gives excellent protection from wind, snow, and rain. The hood doesn't have a long brim, so it won't shield you from extreme weather, but the trade-off is you keep full side visibility. Overall, rate the fit a 7 out of 10. Now let's talk about the warmth of the Patagonia down sweater hoodie. Right now it's about 22 degrees and I'm just wearing a t-shirt underneath. This jacket is filled with 9% goose down and 10% feather, giving it a fill power of 800. Considering that this jacket only weighs 437 grams, the warmth to weight ratio is insane. This jacket traps heat very efficiently without feeling bulky or heavy. The adjustable draw cords at the waist does a great job at sealing out cold air from blowing up the jacket. The hood is fully insulated with goose down, so it does a fantastic job at keeping your head warm. The extremely tall collar protects your neck and lower face from wind and snow. My only real complaint is the sleeve opening. The cuffs use a very thin elastic binding and there's no additional storm cuffs inside. That means if you're in windy conditions or moving around your arms a lot, cold air can easily sneak through the sleeves. But overall, this jacket performs really well considering how light it is. It's perfect for daily commuting. I'll rate the warmth an 8 out of 10. At $329, the Patagonia down sweater hoodie isn't cheap, but I think for the price, it's fair for the quality and construction that you're getting. Patagonia also puts a lot of effort in sustainability and making sure that their pieces stay out of landfill as long as possible. On top of that, Patagonia has a lifetime warranty, free repairs, and even a trade-in program where you can give your old jacket and get store credit. So for everything that you get, performance, durability, and support, I rate the value a 10 out of 10. That gives Patagonia a total score of 33 out of 40. Now, the moment that you've all been waiting for. The winner of this comparison is Patagonia down sweater hoodie with a final score of 33 out of 40. The weight to warmth ratio on this jacket is incredible. Plus, you get free repairs and a lifetime warranty, so this jacket will last you for life. Here are the jackets ranked from warmest to least warmest. Here are the final ratings of all three down jackets. If you're looking for more useful down jacket videos, click right here or here to see my entire playlist on down jackets, and I'll see you there.